guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tamara Todd and I'm a pro makeup artist from London. Today I decided to record a video on how to clean your brushes, why to clean your brushes, and how often should you do so. This video will be useful to pro makeup artists but also makeup enthusiasts who do not do makeup on other people. First of all, why do we need to clean our brushes? If you are not a pro makeup artist and you're only using brushes on yourself, which means that you're applying foundation or any cream products working around your eye area, and if you don't clean your brushes, that means that, whatever is on your face that day, you're putting it on your brush. Then what do we do next? Then you put your brush away. And it sits there for a day or 2 or 3, sometimes a week, until you pick up your brush again. Whatever you had on your skin, oils, bacteria, anything that was on your skin that day is actually staying on your brush. Then you multiply it in your purse. Then you take that brush and then you continue back into your pot, back onto your face, pick up more product, pick up more oils, more bacteria, and then you repeat the process again. So while the brushes are sitting in your purse dirty, they are accumulating bacteria from that day and multiply it. So the question now raises, how often do we need to wash our brushes? I've done a little research and actually did say 7 to 10 days, but honestly to me, again, I'm a pro makeup artist. My brushes are washed after every use. So to me, I don't know. If you guys do makeup every day, do you really want to have a 7-day period of that bacteria accumulating? I don't know. I would wash the brushes after every use. But alright, let's say you're a private person, you are using your brushes daily, the product buildup also accumulates, and then you're not getting the same color payoff. If your brush is like this and you put it in the shimmery eyeshadow, then you blend it away and you put a darker eyeshadow, it all stays on your brush and your brushes just don't perform the same way. Another point to address is the bacteria and infections that the brushes can accumulate. So infections like E. coli, staph infections, eye styes, up to hepatitis, especially around your lips areas, like any cold sores. So if you are a private client and you're suffering with any of these, like one day you applied your lipstick, you had that infection on, you automatically transfer it onto your brush or your lipstick, which means that in future, you recovered from the infection, but you are picking up the same brush or the same lipstick back onto your clean, non-infectious lip, and here you are again with the same infection. So just purely for the reasons of the hygiene, if you are a private client just working on yourselves, it's almost like safer. You're saving yourself from any unnecessary bacteria growth on your skin that you could possibly have had that day, you didn't know about it, and then you put it back in a pot. I say try to wash your brushes at least twice a week. I think it will be safer for yourself and also for the makeup you're using. Now that is talking about the private clients. Now, talking about the pro makeup artist. Guys, this goes without saying. We need to clean our brushes after every single use. It's not okay to use one brush, spray it with IPA and then move on. The brushes have to be super clean, ready for a next person to apply makeup for. For this reason, of course, as a pro makeup artist, we all know we have millions of brushes in our kit, just so if you're working on several people that day, you can ensure that you are using a fresh brush for each person. So now we came to the point on how do you clean your brushes. This part will be addressed to private clients, those who don't work on other people. It's very simple. Any cleansing shampoo, deep cleansing shampoos are preferable in my opinion. Just add them to a small pot, any dish. You just pop the shampoo over there and then you swirl your brush in there, and then if you do have some sort of a silicone mat or like a tiny silicone mitts, I have things like this here, like it's a mini one, it's very comfortable. You just swirl your brush and a shampoo, you rinse it off. If it's a very stubborn makeup, then you can do this once again, and this is it. Then you need to lay them flat on a dry towel and let them air dry for 24 hours, and your brushes will be like brand new, ready to use again. From time to time, I would recommend to use something disinfecting to clean your brushes. Again, if you're a private client not working on other people, I think once a month. Again, for me personally, I would do this after every time, but okay, I know how lazy my private clients can get. At least once a month, in between the shampoo washes, use something antibacterial, something like this Dettol soap, and do the same. First wash your brushes with the shampoo and then follow up with another go with the antibacterial soap. This is more than enough for your private brushes if they don't go on any other faces but yours. Now, the second part of this video is going to be for pro makeup artists. This is a different ball game with us because our brushes are used on many different people throughout, every day, really. Depends how often you work. So we must wash our brushes after every use before we can work on the next person. For this, guys, I have my personal formula which should make your life so much easier. For this, I have prepared a few washing liquids to show you, and I'll show you how I mix them together. You're gonna need a small dish. I have my dish for Parisian Spirit, which I don't really use for Parisian Spirit, but I use it to mix my liquid together. It looks like this. It also has the little mesh and a little, I don't know, rubber-like thing. So you're supposed to put this all together, and like this, it creates a little hollow gap in between the bottom and the mesh, and it's really easy to kind of swirl your brush, and this helps to clean your brushes off. So what do I mix in here? I like this Trezem shampoo. I currently have this Cleanse and Replenish Trezem shampoo, but honestly I prefer the deep cleansing version because I feel like it strips the brushes off the product quicker. Because I usually wash a lot of brushes at the same time, I mix more. There is no right proportion of all of these things, but I'm just gonna show you how I mix it, and you guys can work out your own proportions which work for you. So the next liquid I'm going to be using is the Fairy. I'm gonna pop in the same dish. The reason why I like Fairy, besides the deep cleansing shampoo, I'm quite generous with the amounts, you can see, is because so deep cleansing shampoo is like your mixing medium and the main kind of like foamy substance that will combine all of these ingredients together. Then I'm putting Fairy. What Fairy is designed to do is to strip any oils, which means that if you were using any oily foundations or blushers or lipsticks, any creamy products, the Fairy should break down the formula and strip it really quickly. And my third secret ingredient in this mix is cooking oil. Now inside of this bottle is not the original oil, because the oil that comes in those is just like that white synthetic texture, so it's out of there, but I just use that bottle because it has a little pump, so when you press, the oil comes out and disperses in a very controlled way. Inside of this is just a normal either olive oil or any standard sunflower cooking oil. So any oils that we use to cook the food with will do the job, and I am adding the oil inside of this mixture. Now the amount of oil versus the rest of the mix has to be minimal, so just a few pumps of oil will do the job. Now why oil? Guys, think about it this way. When we remove waterproof makeup, we use oily makeup remover because oils break down any waterproof formula really well. So lipsticks that are waterproof, foundations, something like double wear for example, which is impossible to clean off your brushes. So oil will break down those formulas. So by mixing all of these three together, we'll combine all of the three ingredients that will help you to clean the brushes and restore them to its original state. The next part of the video, I'm going to record a full process of how I actually do wash my brushes, so you can see how it's done in real life. These three ingredients, they will strip your brushes of any product, but they will not disinfect your brushes. So once the first cleaning step is done with that mixture and your brushes are free from product, us as a professionals should go over to the next step and sanitize our brushes. For this, I would recommend any antibacterial soaps. Currently, I'm using the Dettol soap, which is antibacterial. I put this in that tiny tub in here. This tub was originally purchased, I think, of Amazon or on AliExpress. I can't remember. It came with some sort of antibacterial oil, which I didn't like. I've used it pretty quickly and I never repurchased it, but I kept the bottle because it's very convenient. So you put your Dettol soap in there, you press it in, and then of course the more you use it, the more it melts into the texture like this. The other side of this tub is very convenient rubber mat. So when I swirl my clean brushes in here, I pick up the Dettol soap and then I'm actually going over in here to kind of push it into the brush. Then once I've coated all of my brushes, I leave them to disinfect for 10 minutes. This should ensure that any bacteria that was left on the brushes is actually going to get killed in those 10 minutes. So I let my brushes soak and set them aside, and in 10 minutes I come back and rinse everything again. So these are the two steps that I never ever miss. After every use of my brushes, this is what I do. So for my next job, everything is prepared, it's flawless, it's clean, and it's also sanitized. Once my brushes are cleansed and disinfected with the antibacterial soap, you can also go a step further. That's if you're really OCD like me. And you can spray your brushes with isopropyl alcohol. Now, one thing to remember, I don't know how many of you are aware, the isopropyl alcohol is sold in 2 percentages. Well, I'm sure there is more percentages on the market that you can get, but 99.9% isopropyl alcohol, which is the purest formula of alcohol, will not kill the bacteria. Yes, 99% isopropyl alcohol does not kill the bacteria. We need 70% of alcohol and 30% of water in order to be able to break down through the bacteria shell. Now, I'm not going to go very deep into detail. There is information available online on exact reasons why that happens. But in few words, the bacteria consists of a shell, and the shell is a protein, or it forms a protein. So what happens is, if you stun the bacteria with 100% IPA or any percentage there is above 75 or 80%, I can't remember exactly, that means the bacteria gets stunned. It stuns and freezes, and 99% IPA, which is pure alcohol, evaporates too quickly to be able to penetrate and kill the bacteria. So we need 70% IPA, which means there is a 70% of alcohol in that mixture and 30% of distilled water. What this proportion does is the 30% of water evaporates slower than IPA, which means that the 70% of alcohol is still strong enough to stun the bacteria and have that extra evaporation time because of the water to penetrate the shell of the bacteria and actually kill the bacteria. This is the reason why we need 70% IPA versus 100%, right? So that one thing we understood. So definitely in your kit, always have 70% IPA spray. And what I do is, when I mix my IPA, I put them in the tubs like this with a little spray pump. You can see here. And I have several of these. I have some that are used for my house, and I have some of different sizes that I take to work with me. So this is actually a really nice bottle. It disperses IPA really in a really fine mist, which means that it covers more of the area. Once my brushes are fully clean and dry, I then spray them with this IPA spray. And you know, that is an extra layer of my OCD-ness, which I don't mind, because like this, at least my conscience is clear that my brushes is super clean and I have done everything I could in order to protect my clients and use my brushes safely. And another piece in my kit that I wanted to show you probably will be more applicable to the pro makeup artist. This is my brush drying station. So when my brushes are clean, they have them little silicone slots that actually keep your brushes upright, which means that the water, when they dry, the water goes down and it doesn't drip inside of my brush and doesn't disturb the bristles. So like this, I'm ensuring that my brushes are lasting me longer. I just stash smaller brushes around here and a larger brushes around the larger slots. Now unfortunately this fits only limited amount of brushes, and normally I am washing much more than this device can fit, so I'm just putting my essential brushes on it, and then the other brushes I just lay flat to dry on the towel. I will try to find all of the items and link them in the comment section below. And one more thing before I finish this video, I also want to address the beauty blenders. Beauty blenders is another dangerous thing in our kit that have to be replaced regularly. And if you're a working makeup artist, you know that they don't really last very long because we have to wash them so often. So actually you'll see the breakages like this, and then that is just not very presentable. So this brush will not be used on my clients anymore. That I'm gonna keep aside just in case if I'm doing any creative work using glitter or anything like that. But what I wanted to say is, how do we wash our beauty blenders? The same technique applies. If you're a private client only using the beauty blender on yourself, you can either pop it in a washing machine and it will wash it with the rest of your clothes. Now I've tried this in the past, and what I personally found is that with my detergent the beauty blenders and get discolored, so it's not very visually appealing finish of the beauty blender, so I don't tend to wash them in a washing machine anymore. What I do is, again, I do exactly the same thing. So I wash them in my first solution that I have showed you, Tresemme shampoo, Fairy, and the oil that will strip all of the product from the brush. Sometimes I let them sit with that product in the water. That means that everything kind of gets absorbed and diluted faster. Then I rinse my beauty blender and I can repeat the same process one more time just to be sure. And then I go over and I cover my beauty blender in the Detail soap. Again, I like lather it really well, and I cover it just so it's fully covered in it, and I leave it for 10 minutes. Again, these 10 minutes is to fully sanitize my beauty blender, and then one more time I rinse everything again. Sometimes I repeat this twice depending on how stubborn the makeup was, just to make sure that everything is as clean as possible. And again, once your beauty blender dry, or even while it's drying, you can spray IPA. So like this, you've done everything you could in order to protect your kit and kill any bacteria from one person. So when we are working on another person, our conscience is clean. We've done everything we could to protect our clients. Alright guys, so this is it from me. I hope you enjoyed this little insightful video. If you're a pro makeup artist, definitely give a go and mix these items that I have showed you together. You'll see how much faster and easier it is to clean your brushes with this solution. Now guys, if you have any other techniques or any other tricks on how you wash and sanitize your brushes, please share with me. I'm happy to learn. I also want to know what you guys are doing. Maybe I will learn something new and improve myself. It is all about connecting. It is all about sharing our knowledge. It all helps us to become better and provide a better service to our clients. That's it really from me. Thank you once again for being with me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I see you on my next one.